Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. In the last part we got here to Rolling Ridge. This is the place I was thinking of earlier on. And now we're going to continue on. Now immediately this place looks pretty empty, but soon we see this is actually the Oracle Games home of the Gorons. Good to see these guys are still in the games. Though mind you, in Minish Cap they had a very minor role. Oh well. Anyway, you don't have to come down here, but I am so I can get this 50 rupees! Because rupees still have plenty of use in this game. Unlike Minish Cap, where they lost use, like, I want to say halfway through the game? Due to the fact I couldn't get that last bomb bag, due to glitchiness on the PAL version. Anyway, in this room, you're going to want to watch out on the walls, because it's very hard to notice, but this wall directly to my right is actually a bombable one. And in doing so, you can find piece of heart number 8. 2/3 of the way there, mind you. 2 of the remaining 4 are the random ones, so I'm probably not going to get those until, like, the final episode. Oh god, don't let that be true. Luck be in my hands for once. Anyway, you also want to go down this little passageway so you can find another chest. Mind you, this one's not as worth it as the other one was, because this is only 30 rupees, but that's still better than nothing, I suppose. Now, you could go up there, up north first, however, I want to head east first. Why? Because on the next screen, not this screen, the next one, there is a lone liftable rock, which turns out to be a time portal warp thingy. And, well, we actually can't do anything here in the present, so let's use this. Also, that door to the right is a Great Fairy's Fountain if you want to recover your health. Wow, there's a Goron facing the mountain, and that is creepy. Also, that first gen ring I got last part, I also forgot to mention the thing about it. It not only turns you into a Legend of Zelda 1 Link, but for some reason it also grants you immunity from like-likes. However, you cannot use any items using it. Anyway, these are Pegasus Seeds. These are the last seed type in the game, if my memory serves. And what do? Well, upon using them, your speed doubles. This is only ever useful, actually no, this is one of the more useful seeds in the game, because it makes platforming a hell of a lot easier. But we'll see more about that later. Now we want to return to the present right about here. And there's a castle here that we couldn't get to before now. Let's get those Pegasus Seeds on, because you need them in order to progress in here. And you're going to want to use them. So yeah, now Link moves twice as fast, and you need them so you can get past this little section. I think there might be a way you can glitch it so that you can get past that without them, but I'm not aware of it otherwise. Who on earth? Who enters my fine keep so impertinently? I get it. You've come to steal the bum flowers I'm collecting, haven't you? It won't happen, you pilfering thief. Don't think I'll let you out alive. This is King Moblin. He is a mini-boss, if anything. What he'll do is that he'll throw down his big bombs, and you need to throw them back up at him with the power bracelets. He gets faster and faster with the timers and actually throwing them at you as you go on. And he will throw them back down at you if you're not quick enough, or if you don't time it right. The 2 pig Moblins on the top left and right constantly throw their bombs, and they'll get faster and faster the more hits King Moblin takes. I think King Moblin here takes 7 hits, maybe 6, I'm not entirely sure. I have not been counting. Have I mentioned how much I love this game's boss music yet, by the way? Then again, as I mentioned before, this game's soundtrack is overall great. Capcom knows how to do soundtracks, even if they don't know how to do games anymore efficiently. Mind you, Resident Evil 6 wasn't terrible, it was just not as good as the other ones. And anyway, King Moblin's down. As is his fort. No, it can't be. Amy! Hey, Gorons, how are you today, people? Anyway, apparently King Moblin was keeping them from growing any bomb flowers. However, as a sign of their thanks, they're giving us one. Apparently, a young boy saved the Goron Elder some amount of time ago. Huh. I wonder who that could be. Link, your name has appeared in Old Goron Tales. The legends tell of a great hero who saved the Gorons in their hour of need. What could this mean? Well, maybe it means I have to go back to the past. Where's my DeLorean? Okay. For a second there I thought I wasn't supposed to enter that, but I was like, I don't remember that happening. No, you actually have to do that. My bad. I forget what's in that cave to the north, I'll be honest. Anyway, if you want to get back to the bottom of the mountain quickly, just jump down here. How's that Gasha seed doing? Ooh, it's getting pretty close. That's a really big rock. Anyway, they want to use this bomb flower in order to break down this rock, because apparently the Elder's underneath all that. Wow, that is quite the bomb. And that's quite the hairdo you got there, man. But for doing that, we're going to get a shiny key, which is the crown key. We need that in order to enter the next dungeon. And apparently we brought them more than one bomb flower, which means we just caused a time paradox. Because we're the great hero in the legend who freed the Elder and gave them bomb flowers. But in the present, they gave us the bomb flowers and told us in the legend, ah, my head hurts. Time travel is evil like that. I think the only thing that did it quite effectively was Steins Gate, I think it was? That was a weird anime. Anyway, that's how you get up here normally in the past. Mind you, you're not going to be here for long, because the next dungeon's actually in the present. Actually, if I recall correctly, don't the dungeons alternate in time period? Let's see. Spirit's Grave was present. Wing Dungeon past. Moonlit Grotto present. Skull Dungeon. Oof. I think that was past. I don't recall, I'll be honest. Anyway, where the King Moblin's Keep once was, there's now a couple of caves you can go into. This one is entirely optional. All you get for coming in here is a ring at the end of it. Well, not at the end of it. It's coming up really soon, actually. But if I recall correctly, it's a ring you want to get. I guess I'll find out probably next part. I'm not entirely sure. Don't head to the right yet. Oh, and also I should mention, if you're one of those people who like Zelda 1, or even the beginning of Link's Awakening has the sword on the A button, you cannot swim and use the sword at the same time if it's on the A button. You need to, in order to use the sword underwater, you need to have it on the B button. Which, mind you, for me, is second nature. I always have it on the B button, but some people who play a lot of Zelda 1 might not have that issue. Jump up here, and this room. Oh, I thought that was the exit for some reason. No, that's this room. You ever have that one room in a game that you know very well you'll always forget? This is one of those rooms for me. Also on that list is the Mithril Mine from Final Fantasy VII, and what else? Oh, the entirety of the zombie section in Earthbound, that too. Anyway, you're going to want to get the Pegasus seeds and the Rock's Feather out, because when you use them in tandem, you can actually jump farther. If you know how to time it just right, you actually can jump 2 spaces with the Rock's Feather, but it's pretty much your normal jump with Pegasus seeds on. I think the maximum you can jump is 3 if you know how to do it just right. Ooh! Lock. A crown lock, even. Yep, welcome to level 5, the Crown Dungeon. It's weird. I don't like the music here, yet for some reason it's one of the tracks I remember most. Weird. Anyway, this dungeon starts off really basic, but it's also the dungeon that starts to introduce these. A Link to the Past players will recognize them as the switches that alternate the red and blue pillars. I think they were also in Minish Cap. Yes, they were, if I recall correctly. I'd have to look back at that Let's Play. Now, if I recall correctly, this is actually more of a breather dungeon compared to the previous ones, because this is, I recall, being an easy one. Because all the puzzles, one aside later this part, are honestly rather basic. Like this one, just move that diamond block in order to get it onto the switch, and don't fail the jump. I'm telling you, man, the down on my D-pad is wonking out on me. We can't get that treasure chest yet. We can in a couple minutes, though. Also, blue moblins take quite a few hits to kill, so watch out for that. Now, a lot of people like to do something different in this section, where they might do, Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of a different game again. Sorry about that, that happens every now and then. This is probably one of my least favorite puzzles in the game. What you have to do is use sense seeds, not ember seeds, and hit all three of these statues, not at once, but make sure they're all at least activated at once, even if it's for a split second. The best way about going about this would be to use sense seeds, bounce them in between the two bottom ones, like so, and then hit the top one quickly. Ember seeds are useless in this, as are Pegasus seeds and Gale and Mystery. That took about 2 minutes, I'm not gonna lie. It also took a majority of my Ember seeds because I was being an idiot. Don't you hate it when that happens? I know I do. And this chest we can get now, which has a small key. One thing about the sorted enemies of any kind, be it robed Stelfosses, Moblins, Pig Moblins, anything of the sort, that's always kind of bothered me, is that the hitbox on their sword is bigger than the actual sword itself. Especially when you're swinging your sword, because it'll bounce off even when you're nowhere near it, like so. Now that makes sense. But if you hit it at an angle, it doesn't. Why? Then again, when have Zelda games ever had full-out logic in them, especially when they involve time travel? Answer? Actually, probably Zelda 1, if anything. Maybe Zelda 2. If even. Anyway, this chest here is the dungeon map. Let's check out what this place looks like. Ooh, a crown and what I'm assuming is either the crown jewel or the bottom of the crown. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, we can't do anything in this room yet, so let's head down here for now. But with that, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 12, we'll be continuing on in the Crown Dungeon and seeing if we can finish this place off. See you guys then. I'm not looking forward to this room either, honestly. Ugh.